Racing to the 2020 Breeders' Cup. Let's get an update for Friday, October the 23rd. The Future Stars Friday and Saturday coming up in just a little over 2 weeks. A lot of Breeders' Cup contenders hit the racetrack this week. Let's focus in on the workouts for today and the news. First off, in the Breeders' Cup Classic division, it looks like Happy Saver is not going to be pointing to the Breeders' Cup Classic. He is going to focus on a 2021 campaign when he'll be a 4-year-old, and we'll see if that starts off early in January and February with possibility of the Pegasus Stakes. Of course, Todd Pletcher does well at Gulfstream Park. Super Sensational, who was under consideration for one of the two-year-old races for the fillies, she is going to pass on that. Of course, she won recently at Woodbine, and she's going to point towards a race possibility of Churchill Downs or getting ready for a 3-year-old campaign for Super Sensational. Dale Roman sent out a couple of his 2-year-olds. Of course, he's going to have a horse in both the juvenile fillies and the juvenile colts. Girl Daddy working 6 furlongs in 1:13 3. She hasn't raced since winning the Pocahontas Stakes. Meanwhile, the Iroquois Stakes winner at 26-1 for Brody's Cause, Sittin on a Go, worked out 6 furlongs in 1:14 1. Sittin on a Go going to Future Star Friday and going to be racing in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Couple of turf horses working for Brad Cox. Embro and Aunt Pearl worked in company. 6 furlongs in 1:13 4. Aunt Pearl, the future book favorite for the juvenile fillies turf race. Belle's the One going to be running in the filly and mare sprint. She worked out 7 furlongs in 1:25. That's the gallop out. She is going to be strong in that race, as she is one of the few closers that can pick up the pace, and the pace should get hot with horses like Serengeti Empress and Gamine pointing on that front end. Meanwhile, Tiz the Law had his first gallop and workout over the Keeneland racing surface. He had worked out at Belmont recently, and his first work over Keeneland looked good. He did it in the dark. It was 7 furlongs in 1:25 4, 6 furlongs in 1:13 1. He looked good. He continues to work well, and I think you're going to have to take a long look at Tiz the Law. The 60 days off since the Kentucky Derby, I think, is going to do him wonders, and I think those feet were a little bit sore going into the Derby. He could be sitting on a huge race in the Breeders' Cup Classic, taking on older horses. War of Will getting ready to go back to the dirt. 7 furlongs, 1:24 4, 6 furlongs and 1:12 and change, and he galloped out a mile, 1:38 and change. Of course, War of Will always works out well over the dirt. I think he could have one more good dirt workout in him. He's going to be a double-digit price in that dirt mile. Complexity looks like he is going to point for that dirt mile and most likely going to be the favorite, along with some other contenders, including Nick's Go, War of Will, Silver Dust, and Mr. Money. Mr. Money also hitting the racetrack at Keeneland today. Going to be interesting. Churchill Downs, going to be interesting to see what Mr. Money's odds are in that dirt mile. Essential Quality worked out in older company with Mr. Misunderstood. He's going to be running in that Breeders' Cup Juvenile and be one of the top 3 favorites in that race. And Art Collector from yesterday, he had a strong workout, 4 furlongs and 47. He looks to be going in the right direction. He was breathing fire on that racetrack yesterday, and I see him as one of the top contenders for the Breeders' Cup Mile. So that's your Friday news dump, and of course we'll wait to hear more news on the positive for Gamine to see if she continues to point for the filly and mare sprint. This weekend, we're going to take a look at the juvenile sprint on Saturday, and then the Sunday, the juvenile fillies turf, as we continue to prep you towards the Breeders' Cup 2020. Remember, hit subscribe, share this video with your horse racing friends, and ring that bell for notifications as we lead you up to the 2020 Breeders' Cup.